Hi, this is Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 2 of them, ages 11 and 14. Today I'm participating in a collab with CJ from Homeschooling Through High School and other homeschool YouTubers about Christmas books, and I wanted to share specifically from different ages. I wanted to share my favorite picture books. Even though our kids are young, we still sometimes do picture books. I have a couple of middle grade to high school level books for adults as well. These books are all secular, as far as I know, except one which is sort of Christian. And then I'm going to be doing a video on Christmas books, not part of this collab, but a book on Christmas books on my new channel. It'll be my very first video, SMS nonfiction book reviews, which ties to my blog at the same name. And so I will link, once that video is done, I will link it in the description in case you're interested in nonfiction books. That's what the channel's about. Nonfiction books for both kids and adults, because that's what I read. I read nonfiction books. The only time I read fiction is when I'm reading to my children. So, it's the collab. If you aren't familiar with collabs, the link to the host and the playlist link is in the description. So when you're done watching this video, you go to the playlist link and you see any other homeschool YouTubers who are talking about anything about Christmas books. Okay, moving on. Let's start with the picture books because most of my viewers have young children. So, one of our this is not in any order, but one of our favorites is Little Miss Christmas. I remember as a kid loving these little Miss and Mr. Men books, and we like Little Miss Christmas. It's the we don't actually have a whole bunch of these books, but it's the only one that we have left, I think. One Christmas, Little Miss Christmas decides she needs a break from wrapping presents, so she asks Santa Claus and Mr. Christmas to wrap the last few instead. But will they finish in time? This is funny. They're busy doing everything but wrapping the presents until the last minute. And how true is that of even many adults? So this one is small and really cute. Okay, this one actually, it's apparently got gross stuff on it. Apparently, not apparently. This book comes with a stuffed dog that looks just like this, and my daughter has it upstairs because she loves it all year long. So this is called Jingle All the Way, and this is a special book because the dog interacts with the book when you read it. So what happens is, well, so your dog has batteries or whatnot. When you're reading the story out loud, you read the parts that have red, and the dog does something, and maybe woofs, rings its bell, goes, oh, whatever, like it has something to do with it. So, you read, there are lots of stories about good little boys and girls, but there aren't many stories about good little dogs. This is a story about Jingle, a husky pup, and Jingle was a good dog. As long as you say that red line clearly and loud enough, then the dog will go woof woof or something like that. It's so cute. And we had this when my kids were young, and I also read it to our play group, and the kids loved it. The illustrations are adorable. This is a Hallmark gift book. I don't know if you can still get it. If you can, and there's a link. I'm going to link all the books to Amazon below. And so if you can find it on Amazon, I'll add it there. If not, check the Hallmark store. And if they don't have it, then I don't know if they sell it still. Okay. This one is called I've Seen Santa by David Bedford. This one's cute. As I say, it's Christmas Eve and Little Bear is eager for Santa to deliver his presents. Santa will come just as soon as you go to sleep, Mommy Bear says. But Little Bear doesn't want to sleep. He wants to see Santa. Suddenly, glug, 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 glug. What's that noise? Could it be Santa? Perfectly capturing all of child's anticipation and excitement of Christmas Eve night, David Bedford's cozy family tale is an ideal read aloud for this holiday season. So it's really cute. I like this one. Alright. Just wanna do a couple in a certain order. Alright, Gingerbread Mouse. This one is adorable. This is by Katie Bratton or something like that. And it's on a snowy winter's night, Mouse is snug in her bed. Then crack, a tree branch falls and destroys her house. Now Mouse must find a new place to live. With determination, resourcefulness, and some Christmas good fortune, Mouse finds not only another house, but also a place she can truly call home. So as I'm sure you figure out because of the name, she ends up living in a gingerbread house. I don't think that's a spoiler for the mother, but it's really cute. So, I like that one. You probably know this one if you have kids. If You Take a Mouse to the Movies is a Christmas book. Laura Numeroff, she does all the If You Take a Mouse books. And so, as you can probably expect, if you know these storylines, if you take a mouse to the movies, he'll ask you for some popcorn. When you give him some popcorn, he'll want to string it together and hang it on the Christmas tree. So you'll have to buy him one. On the way home, he'll see a snowman in the neighbor's yard and want to make one of his own. So you'll need a carrot for a nose, etc. And it all circles back to the very beginning of he'll want to go to the movies again. Just checking on my dog. Okay, this one is adorable. Mistletoe. Not mistletoe. Mistletoe. Margie Palatini. I think this one's so funny. It doesn't have the description, but basically they don't get a Christmas tree in time. And so Mr. Moose or Moose or whatever his name is trying to figure out how they can get a Christmas tree. He got all the Christmas stuff done. He baked, he wrapped presents, but he forgets the tree until it's too late. And so, by the picture, you can probably guess what happens. It's pretty funny. And then I have two more picture books. They're a little less silly of the other ones. So this one is Santa's Book of Names by David McPhail. I haven't read this one in so long, honestly. But I don't remember I like it. It says it's a warm, inspirational Christmas story. It reminds young readers that with patience and practice, you can achieve just about anything, which is not very descriptive. So it talks about Edward. Edward is a little boy. He was good at numbers, but he couldn't read. And so he says, talking to his dad about Santa Claus, how does he remember the names of all the boys and girls and where they live and what toys to bring them? He says he must have a good memory, or maybe he has it written down in a book. He wanted more than anything to be able to read, and he almost could, but not quite. And then something magical happens, and Santa leaves his important book behind. And so Edward is trying to figure out how he can, when Santa realized the book was missing, how would he know where to find it? So he has an idea, and I don't want to give the whole book away, but it's a very magical trip he gets to go on. The illustrations are pretty. It's a little wordy, so it's not one of those ones with little bits of words. It's more words. But it's really cute. And I can't do picture books without talking about The Night Before Christmas, which of course wasn't a picture book first, but this is our version that we like to read. So of course The Night Before Christmas itself was written by Clement Clarke Moore. This particular version illustrated by Donald Mills, but any version will do. We always read this Christmas Eve. We have ever since I first had children. Actually, ever since I was a kid. So those are the picture books. And then I wanted to share the two books that you may already know I'm going to say if you watched my video about where our holiday plans are. So the first one, which could be for adults or teens, is of course A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is the version I've had since I was a kid. You can tell it's old because the price of the book is $4.25 Canadian. And it's all yellowed. My son is going to be, we read it before. My son's going to read it himself and study it for our holidays. I'll link my holiday plans video in the description. So that's this. And I mean, you kind of need to know the story of Scrooge and Tiny Tim. It's just a Christmas thing, so you have to. It's required reading. The next one is the book that I said was not technically Christian, but it's kind of Christian. Also from my holiday plans book, because my daughter's going to reread The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, or The Best Worst Christmas Pageant, or whatever. Some books it says the worst crossed out best Christmas pageant ever. Anyway, this is just a scholastic version. It's not a Christian book, as in it's not designed to be a specifically Christian book, and we used to read it in school when I was a kid. But I don't think they do that anymore because the pageant itself is the Christmas story, as in like from the Bible. So although my kids aren't Christian or whatever, they don't mind, reading. It's may just not be as realistic to them as it is to me. But yeah, a good cute book. And then I wanted to share a couple of adult books that I like to read around Christmas time. These ones are not Christian in any way, shape, or form. So I have 2 Chicken Soup for the Soul books. These are always good if you want to have short stories. My poor books got half eaten by bookworms or something though. So this one's It's Christmas, 101 Joyful Stories about the Love, Fun, and Wonder of the Holidays. Chicken Soup books are by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and Amy Newmark. All of them. And yeah, these are just short stories. So this particular one has different sections. The true meaning. So I mean, I guess some of those might be like faith-based in that they're like that particular person is, but you can skip those ones. Miracles Happen, Santa's Elves, From the Mouths of Babes, Bark, the Herald Angels Sing, The Naughty List, A Little Help from My Friends, Holiday Hijinks, Bittersweet Christmas, and Making Memories. And then the other one I have is Chicken Soup for the Soul, The Gift of Christmas, a special collection of joyful holiday stories. And its sections are All I Want for Christmas, Love Actually, Close Encounters of the Santa Kind, Deck the Halls, It's a Wonderful Life, A Few Good Elves, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Toy Story, There Will Be Family, A Christmas Carol, Good Gift Hunting, The Star of Bethlehem. So again, some of those maybe, but it's not like a Christian book. And the last one I wanted to mention, Stories Behind the Great Traditions of Christmas by Ace Collins. Love this book. Now, okay, I guess technically it says religion on it. I didn't realize that. It's because some of the symbols of Christmas have religious basis for them. So, it talks about things like the evergreen tree and whatnot, but it also talks about the Magi's 3 gifts. And, okay, I guess I'm a little wrong in some of this. But anyways, Christmas cards, carols and caroling, candy canes, which, again, can have a Christian basis. The Nutcracker Ballet, nativity scenes, movies of Christmas, mistletoe lights. Okay, so not specifically only Christian, but like, I love this one. This one's really interesting. Okay, that is it for Christmas books. I mean, we've read other books and we have other books, but we've read other books, but I don't have them. I can't think of them offhand, maybe. I know we read Boy Called Christmas or something last year, and that was good. Named Christmas, Boy Called Christmas. I don't know. I'll find it and link it in the description as well. And we did other books that weren't the greatest, so I'm not, I don't have them anymore, so I'm not worried about those. But those are the Christmas books that I definitely recommend. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, if you like any of these, or you don't like any of these, and if you have any recommendations that you would like to put in if you were doing your own list. That is it for this video. Like I said, don't forget, I hope you like and comment, but don't forget to check the playlist for other people's videos. And if you're interested in nonfiction books, don't forget to watch the video on, the video is going to be about Christian Christmas books. So for the first video, if you're not Christian, you won't, care about the video. But not all of the books will be about Christianity or anything like that. So, okay, that's it.